please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Sorry for no content yesterday, I was randomly burnt out. Today we're going to be talking about Boogie because Boogie, oh boy, he's done it again. He's at it again. And with his constantly lying and being caught out, having told lies, more digging deeper into his past, with claims he has made concerning how he was raised up. This has led to more questioning the validity of his existence as a human being. The more recent controversies have done him no favours, nor has a more recent interaction with members of the Lolcowlive podcast, more notably Keemstar, where you can draw two very obvious conclusions from it. Either Boogie is telling the truth and is going to an extreme, or Boogie is an emo in a very large bodysuit. I'm inclined to believe the latter is more applicable, but we cannot exclude the former. People who do this kind of, and we'll get to what he's done, behaviour are typically the type to go to that extreme because they are too reactive. Because, unironically, while building a career as someone who had seemed more rational, rationality has gone out of the window now that they have been well and truly undone and their reputation is in the dirt. If ever there was a possibility of a redemption arc for someone like Boogie 2988, it went into the dirt with the reputation, was smeared and smudged and left to rot about 4 years ago. Its only chance of redemption was against Wings, and Wings jabbed its head off. So, we're going to continue from where we were last time because it seems only right to make sure we have everything up to date, leading up to and including the more recent episode of Lolcowlive, a channel which, by the way, they can give all the credit in the world to Boogie, I guess, for, that has gained 15.7k subs in the last 30 days, thanks to Boogie2988's hard work. Can we call it hard work? Let's call it hard work, because it's amusing enough. The sub growth for this month alone may well be able to equal that of when the channel was first created. And they've been in a rut for a while, so I guess this is an opportunity. Well done, Boogie, you did some good-ish. The first thing on the agenda is that Keemstar is now the proud owner of the Stephen Williams OG play button for 1 million subscribers. I can't remember how he managed to get this. I can't remember if he purchased it or if he had managed to just get it from Boogie for being Boogie. Although I do know Boogie is in need of money, so selling it is not out of the equation entirely.
We've just agreed that that's not going to happen anymore, right?
I thought
told me to stop doing that.
No, you're lying. I'm not your dude, I'm so sick of this manipulation. Boogie, I will say this to you. Obviously, I was trolling you. I'm not going to scam you out of your play button, and there was no intention to scam you to get the play button. I was going to sell it for charity, but then I figured, I don't want some random person having it. Maybe it's better that Muta has. That's why I said we'll talk about it behind the scenes, right? Okay. So I was just trolling you to.
I like this
to let you know that lying and manipulation's not cool, but you didn't really get that. You got really offended right away, and you didn't really get the point that I was trying to get across to you.
I will admit, seeing one of those play buttons, I'm a bit jealous. I wanted one of those. Although I will admit, I'm still very proud of the one I have. It's much smaller though. Lolcowlive. Part of Boogie's punishment is he is banned from all social media unless he's coming on Lolcow to be punished more. Now, as far as Boogie's presence on Twitter goes, in connection to this Lolcow tweet, he hasn't been active since July the 16th. That punishment tweet was July 19th. July 16th, he tweeted out, according to the internet, I lied about cancer, and then went on a little rant about treatment for cancer without a diagnosis to support it. Community note, Boogie has admitted to lying about cancer. He got community noted on his pinned tweet. Nick Diorio had tweeted, EFAP, episode number 294, The Tragedy of Darth Boogie the Wide entering the 10th circle of hell. Now this is a live show that has been unlisted, and they go through, those are many guests, a whole slew of videos and documentaries covering Boogie, pointing out how cringe a lot of his content was, but it did fit in with the time it was produced at least. It is an interesting watch, and while unlisted, I'm going to put it in the pinned comment anyway. It's 6 hours long. By all means, watch at your own leisure. Now, I had thought that it would be a smart move for Lolcowlive to, for a little while, keep Boogie away from the show so that the show could see if it could be sustainable without his presence. At the same time, if opportunity presents itself, I fully understand why you would want to take every advantage of it you possibly could. So keeping the more contentious elements on the show but not on the show would be advantageous to the channel's growth, and we know this for a fact. The channel's been growing hundreds of subs every single day. Keep this rate of growth up, and within a month or two it will have a silver play button, and I want channels to do that. Of course, longevity is key though. Boogie is a key part of that. As you will all know, he was fired last week from Lolcowlive, but Lolcowlive did tweet out on the 21st of July, will be live tomorrow, special guest Boogie2988. Now, I could have sworn on the show where he was fired, he was banned from drinking Mountain Dew. Apparently not. On July 22nd, Lolcowlive replied to this by saying, "A bad incident took place. Boogie will probably not be on the show tomorrow." Yes, something bad did happen. We'll get to that in a moment. Camelcast official, there has got to be a line. I get that you see the huge concurrent number and want more. Got to know the line. Boogie crossed it. Could easily get a different guest for every show. Now, I think there's a point to that, but they've got to find guests that draw numbers, create interest, and then find people whose egos aren't so big that they're willing to be on. For example, I would still love to see Darkside Phil on one of these episodes, getting ripped a new one by Wings. Hell, have them play COD against each other. I think that'd be fantastic. I kind of think Wings might beat him though, because Darkside Phil is one of the worst gamers I've ever seen in my life. The only game I've ever seen Darkside Phil win was the danger wank he had when the camera was still on. Now, Lolcowlive on Twitter did also tweet out, "Last night I was forced to call the police on Boogie. I'll explain everything tonight, stream time and all that." Replies underneath, yeah, do seem to lend credence to the belief that many do not want Boogie back on the show. Others saying they spent an hour and a half on the phone with him and talking him down off the cliff, so to speak. He isn't well. Now, I want to feel sorry for Boogie. I really do. However, I do not feel sorry for somebody who lies. There is a line in the sand. As far as I'm concerned, he has told a monumental lie, being found out for it because he's acted without actually giving any kind of definitive proof to confirm it. And then when Boogie2988 is called out on that, his response is to go, right, I'm going to threaten to harm myself and do things to harm myself. His other tactic when he had the chance to speak was to talk about his upbringing, as if it's some kind of criminal proceeding and mitigating factors have to be considered before sentencing. It doesn't change you being a liar. Now, I was unable to watch the show live, but another person I know and trust did. We'll get to that in a moment, but instead I'm going to read some tweets that are relevant. Nick Diorio, I had to turn Lolcow off. I think Boogie is one of the shittiest people on the site, but I checked out when he started to share his detailed history of those two words. I know the endgame is to prove he lied about that too, but this is just too much for me. A few years ago I thought to myself, Boogie was swatted? I believe him. Who would lie about that? A few weeks ago I thought Boogie has cancer? I believe him. Who would lie about that? Today he's discussing those words, so yeah, I do believe he would lie. I think I'm just numb to this. Nothing this guy says sounds genuine. I can't tell if this is a me problem with like confirmation bias or something. Man, I really wouldn't be surprised if I woke up tomorrow to find that his dude lied about his childhood. That word, I'm grossed out. No, I will not be streaming an ultimate that review on Boogie's dad, LMFAO. That is a strange one to stream. Clown had replied to Nick Diorio by saying the biggest lie told tonight was that Keemstar's liar face tattoo on Boogie's forehead was his idea when it was mine. This is worse than Boogie lying about cancer. I mean, it's up there with Rice Gum owing you 10 grand. Reply from Keem, that's true, you definitely gave me the idea, I should have credited you, my bad. Well, at least he gave you the credit, am I right everyone? Yes, of course I am. Muta was on stream and helped Boogies donate part of his scam to charity. Had to match what he donated and wanted to provide a receipt. I'm also 100% sure he's charging this back. Donation amount, $3,025. Also, I have no sympathy for a scammer in any capacity. This is the closest positive thing anyone can do to make a situation right. Give the blood money to the people that need it the most. I like that. St. Jude's deserve the money. Boogie talked about some effed up stuff he went through as a child. Wings in a top hat. I didn't realise we were playing Monopoly. Something I didn't expect was to see one of the dainty queens that I have covered many times on this channel, end of year reviews more notably, appear in the Lolcowlive chat. Foodie Beauty appeared. This has led many to believe that she is trying to get on the show to take his place because she's a lolcow. Now, of course, you may notice in the picture there's a bit of a sausage fest going on here. Nothing wrong with that. We're not here to judge. I don't think Muta would be safe from Foodie Beauty. And I know Muta could be safe, but for as long as Foodie Beauty is anywhere near Lolcowlive, he's definitely not safe. I would also point out if Foodie Beauty was ever on this show, the Lolcowlive podcast, she'd be eaten alive by one person alone, and that would be Keemstar. The last tweet, to keep us up to date, biggest show yet, thanks y'all. 128,154 views, peaked at 21,265. Super chat total, 2.7k. That is an insane show. To an extent, this is a success. Where it is not, is where it concerns Boogie, to be honest, because of what Boogie said during, what led up to, and what Keemstar had to do to protect Boogie. At this point, some have to consider whether it is the right time to simply wash your hands of those who refuse to do right by themselves. There is an ego involved in this, Boogie's that is. He is unwilling to simply accept reality and truth in favour of being angry and acting like a teenager. And in doing so, he is not just after the reaction, he's also trying to scar those by doing it in front of them. That's intentional, malicious, and quite frankly, reprehensible. Obviously this video is a bit more of a TED Talk and I can't really go through the entire near 4-hour stream to pull out the right clips for all of you. I will link it down below along with the EFAP episode. I will give you the Cliffs Notes though, just in case. Keemstar bought out Boogie's portion of the show. Wings, not overly happy about it, and they were going to talk about that off air. The newest scandal that Nick Diorio had mentioned is that Boogie may have lied about his childhood, because many of the stories he's told over the years are no longer lining up. Boogie tells Keem he will not talk about this, yet he himself has talked about it over and over again for many years. This is his medical records, take 2, Electric Boogaloo. Boogie's brother reached out to Keemstar saying he wants to debate Destiny over Boogie's cancer, which is a really strange debate to be having, especially as Boogie's brother is not a healthcare professional in the slightest. But Boogie will go to bat for his brother and say yes he is. He's not. He has a PhD and it's not even in the right area. Keemstar did call the cops on Boogie because Boogie went crazy with Keemstar on FaceTime. He was allegedly shoving a bottle of pills in his mouth. I have no idea what they were, and I don't know if he swallowed them. He was also pulling out his own hair. Some people do that and that's a condition called, I believe, trichotillomania. Boogie just did it to look psychotic. Boogie also said he was going to leave this mortal coil. Keemstar was afraid, as you would be if someone does it in front of you, which is why I think that was intentionally done to scar Keemstar. Boogie kept texting Keem unalive stuff, so Keem did call the police. Keem understandably and unfairly had a panic attack over this. He ended up hanging up on Boogie because of that. Boogie then ended up saying he was going to do unalive by cop or hit a cop and go to jail. To me, and Keem realised it much later on, Boogie was playing him. Manipulation 101. Maliciously done to try and harm anyone else, to draw attention away from you and what you've done. You are making this worse. I don't know who gave you the idea for this. If this came from you, Boogie, this idea, this is disgusting. And at this point, you deserve everything you're getting. I am hoping now you get A-logged for the rest of your life. You, Keffels, Tipster, the Dainty Queens, any lolcow in fact that has a forum page. I hope you get up there with Chris Chan. Although I do fully expect you to try and find a new community to be a part of. I assume one day you'll come out as a brony, start going to brony cons, maybe even become a friend of Chris Chan's. That might be a new hook you should consider, Boogs. Friends with Chris Chan. You can call it the Cancer and Chan podcast in the dimensional merge of whatever land we're in or going to. That one. Thank you.
Thought I was going to charge it back, and it really upset
I don't think you would do that. If you would charge it back, you'd really be fucked. Boogie. Come on, let's be real.
I know, but that's what they're saying. They're saying they're going to tell everybody that.
Oh, come on. There's no way. If you did that, we would know. We'd find out. Oh my God, quit having a panic attack.
They said they're going to tell. They said they don't believe me.
Oh my God, stop it. Get to the donos.
I'm in the middle of a severe panic attack, okay? I'm trying really hard.
Why? You did a good thing tonight. You donated to charity. Why would you have a panic attack?
And they're going to tell people I didn't. I'll just borrow the money from my roommate to cover everything. It's not a big deal.
You get to the donos yet?
I'm trying. I'm in the middle of a very severe panic attack. Okay, I'm logged into the channel.
I just realized there's going to be a scandal. If he's off the show, how does he have access to the channel? We just didn't change the passwords.
Leah something says...
Wait. Let
me get down it! Let me get down it!
I think your mic settings are wrong because we can't hear you, even that screaming and yelling.
Scam Boogie, make him pay the $3K and mail the play button to Medicare! Leave something! Thank you for your donation!